I've had all this. Okay, so this is what happened. This is how I got all this cool stuff that I have right now. So when I first moved here, the last time that I had to move, my dad was fired from a job and he got like a big check, whatever. And I said, "Hey, can I get $1,000 PC? Like by any chance?" So, and he was just like, "Yes, sure." And I was like, "Okay."
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Tidepool podcast. Today, we are with a Aspire member, PrinceTheOmega.
Hi guys, how's life?
So,
Oh wait, I can't hear them.
oh,
I'm joking.
anyways, so for people who might not know you, or just give us a rundown of what you do and who you are.
What's up guys? My name's Darrell. I go by PrinceTheOmega. I'm a Call of Duty streamer, but I also play other games. I'm streaming for Aspire Esports. I am working on going pro in Call of Duty, but I always make sure I'm streaming my progress in all my games, and I built a small little community for myself at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty much me.
Awesome. So, you are 18?
Yeah.
So, you are a senior. So, how is senior year going for you?
It's long, but it's really easy. The way my schedule works, I've kind of been around in a lot of high schools. So when I came to this one, all my classes were kind of like moved around. So I've I have like freshman classes for my last portion of school, so they're all super easy.
That's good for you.
Yeah,
Are
no.
you already committed to a school?
I don't want to go to school at the moment. I feel like I don't want to. And me personally, I've like I said, I've been to a lot of schools, so I'm kind of just tired of it. I kind
Mm-hmm.
of want to take like a gap year, and within that gap year, if I don't figure out what I want to do with this, or if maybe I don't blow up or get to the point I want to, then I'll either go to school or find like a higher job. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm. How many schools have you currently been through, and how is this one? Is this one really one that you've enjoyed, or I don't really know how that has been working out for you?
With just high school, I've been to three. I've been to three high schools, and no, I don't enjoy it. I've
Uh,
lived in Pennsylvania. Oh, that's fine. I've lived in Pennsylvania all my life, and I moved to Georgia, and it's different. People are nice, but it hasn't been friendly to me, if that makes sense.
yeah. Mm-hmm. How has gaming impacted you with streaming and everything?
Like, how has it affected me, like personally, like how it feels to me?
Yeah, with your schoolwork, and just how is, I guess also time management, because it sounds like you've definitely had a busy life moving everywhere, and then you
Hmm.
keep on this gaming as well.
Well, if you're speaking from the aspect like how have I fitted into everything, it's been
Yeah.
hard. So, and I have no problem sharing this with people
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
with me personally, sharing things with people gives them a certain comfort, but that's a whole different topic. So I've been homeless twice. Like I said, I moved around a lot. I've had all these things that I've had to like go through in my personal life, but I've always had a dream and something I wanted to work towards. So it's been challenging. It's kind of hard when you're trying to play GBs and get your name out there when you're in a 4 foot hotel room with your parents sleeping right next to you, yelling at you to be quiet, or I don't know.
Do you
It's
mind
definitely.
talking about this, or
Oh
should?
no,
Oh,
no, yeah,
okay.
no, that's fine.
Um.
Like I
Okay.
said, I think sharing personal experiences, well, if this is for me personally, gives people a comfort and it lets people know that they're not alone in the world. And then sometimes people are feeling the exact same feeling that they're feeling.
Yeah. No.
And when
That's
people
for sure.
sometimes at night they'll feel alone and they'll say, "Dang, why is this happening to me?" And there's just things that happen to other people, and like there's no one truly alone out there in the world.
Mm-hmm. So, I definitely want to keep on talking about this because this is definitely interesting. You and your
I'd say so.
gaming, and just some of the things that you've experienced, and you just keep on doing it, which is great. So, I guess you did say some people might feel a bit lonely. What would you say to those people to just keep going?
Let's say like for example seeing a therapist, and maybe this is not the right message to put out there, but like because who's the therapist, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I've always I've worked on myself personally. I've never had somebody, or I haven't always had someone to help me with how I felt, or like someone to just console in, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I've worked on myself, and I always thought tomorrow's a new day and tomorrow's a better day. This might be going on today, but there's a chance it won't happen tomorrow, or there's a chance it will happen next week, or maybe it might not happen next year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I think about positive things too. Like with all this, there's a chance in 10 years I look back at this at my 9 to 5 job at a desk and say, wow, I wasted so much time playing a video game. Or there might be a chance in 10 years I'm sitting up in my big house from all the things I've done off my career, and I said, wow, I really did that. Like everyone thought, wow, like you're gaming, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But there might just be a chance that I thought, wow, I really made it,
Yeah.
and no one wanted me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just always something to look forward to. And then some people can hear that and say, oh, that's a lie. But there really is. Like there's just small moments in life, or there's like small things in life to me that matter. Like that one joke that your friend made in class could make your whole day better because it was just so small. And
Yep.
those moments are something to look forward to. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
No, I totally feel that. Like if you're having a bad day, that one thing can just go ahead and really make your day the one of the best days that you can remember, going from bad to like amazing just by one simple thing.
Yeah,
Um
truly.
yeah. So you said you worked with yourself a lot with motivation. Was gaming your motivation, or was it just your positive vibes, and how did you keep those vibes? Because I feel like most people, not all people, but some people for sure, are always just self-doubting themselves. How did you just keep going if it was all with you instead of someone else helping you out?
Hmm. Okay, so the two different questions. One question was this something to keep me positive, or what was the other questions?
Yeah, sorry about that. Was gaming like your motivation, like just to keep going, and like, or was it just like
Or was
positive
it just something
vibes, or like
positive?
that you just kept working on?
I'd say both, like, cause there's those days where it's just, oh God, I just want to get home. I just want to play COD. I just want to do this. I want to play Fortnite. And then there's obviously, yeah, there's always been that I want to go pro. I want to get my name out there. I want to show my worth to people. So it's definitely been both.
Mm-hmm. Um, so do you mind maybe sharing a little bit of your background story?
Why not?
Yeah,
So,
completely up to you. We can totally,
oh,
yeah.
no, trust me,
Okay.
trust me. I don't know. Yeah, what's it called? I tell people this like all the time, but it's not oh hey, this happened to me, because I just don't want to come off as
Yeah.
like, oh look at me. Um, so I'm trying to backtrack and make sure I
Yeah. No,
have
all good. All good.
everything. So freshman year of high school, uh, in Pennsylvania, living at a place. It was me, my dad, and my mom. My mom's a whole different story, but I guess we can save that for later if anything. So yeah, and then we didn't have anywhere to go at the time, so I moved in with my grandmother. Just me by myself. I moved in with my grandmother that also lives in Pennsylvania, but like a different city, like if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So new high school, new everything, new town, and see, it wasn't bad. The school there wasn't bad, but it was the people. It was like all white people, and they were like kind of racist, not really, kind of just a tad. But yeah, so I kind of felt out of place, if that makes sense, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
the light skinned kid. It was weird. It was just weird vibes that I got there. Like the teachers were great. Like the school was great. Like people were like actually wanting to learn, despite from my school now. Like where everyone, it's just like a fight every week. There's like, yeah, it's bad. But that was cool and all. But I just felt like I miss home. I want to be home, quote unquote. Like it
Yeah.
didn't feel like a home to me. So I also went back in that same year, but I was there for a couple months, and then that was freshman year. I went back, but when I went back, I was living in a hotel, so it was kind of like I'm home, but I didn't have a home at the moment. So,
Yeah.
but being around like my friends again when I went to school and all that stuff, like it just it made me feel great. I was in the best position, but I was still like happy about my day.
Yeah.
Um, 10th grade was I finally around that summer I finally moved into a place, and then I we weren't there for long. I'm just trying to dial everything back. So that's two high schools already, because obviously when I started, then the new one I went to, then when I came back. So 10th grade was there for a while. Then towards the end of 10th grade is when I moved to Georgia, which I've lived in now. So because I moved around so much, let's not say I did the best academically. So I had to go, and they immediately put me in like a summer school. They're pretty much like, it's too late to like kind of be in classes. There's no point in you like
You
attending.
moved during mid-year? Or
Yeah, like
okay.
just towards the end of the year.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, they were like, there's no point in you doing it. So they put me in like a little summer school thing, which was torture. Oh, like imagine like getting up at like 3:30 to go from like 3 to 5.
Oh, wow.
It was a bother. But yeah, so that was summer, and then rolling on to junior year. I've been here all year. I was here all year. I mean, new school, new people, new friends, new opportunities. Obviously, that's like a lot to look positively, but at the same
Mhm.
time, it was like I've like even since like till like to this day, I've never found like my like group of people or like friends that I'm like super close with or like I rely on and talk to every day. So junior year wasn't the best for me. Like this last summer, oh, I was in a terrible place. Like I slept all day, just negative thoughts, just nothing to work on, just nothing to keep me like going. And then I said, you know what? Like in right at my darkest point I've ever been, even if you have food or a roof over your head or just you have security, doesn't mean it gives you positivity or just
Yeah.
anything like that. Like if you feel out of place, then like you're just gonna feel alone. You could have a whole family in the opposite room and you could still feel like alone truly. So I said, screw it, you know what? Just get into this next year, let it go. Just it's your last year, just go, see what happens. And this year, met new people, I've had new experiences, I just let everything go. Just like,
That's
hey,
great.
new day, just let it go. And I'm not just gonna front and be like, oh, I'm the happiest person in the world. But I'm no longer in the mental space that I was in, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I'm just not in that dark hole anymore. And I'm happy with myself with that. I'm proud of myself. And
Mhm.
even if I'm mad one day or sad, at least it's not, those are just feelings, and it's not, there's a natural reaction, and it's not something that happens daily and shouldn't be happening, because there's no reason like really that I should be having those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like there's good bad things happen to good people. At least that's what they say in the movies. But hey, I didn't control the things that happen to me. I don't control what happens to me tomorrow, but I can control myself and what I want to do with certain situations. So
Yeah.
that's just been me.
No, that sounds great that you're having a really good year so far, like right now. That's what it seems like has been happening. Um, it seems like you took adjusting pretty easily, or for most to say,
Yeah.
from going from one school to another very many times.
Oh yeah. Well, clearly not a lot of people watching this don't know me, but I hate talking about myself because it sounds like not douchey, but like I just hate that feeling. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, okay, I'm a really funny, goofy, easygoing person. Like, but I'm also like the most like I can be really serious at time when obviously need be. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I mesh well with people. I'm a people person. People want to talk to me. I want to talk to people. Like I'm the most approachable person on the planet. Like you come up and like I'm just not unnecessarily rude for any reason. Like I don't know. Yeah, so going to new schools has just always been easy for me. Like easy from like that
Mhm.
simple aspect. Like I could go to a new school tomorrow and everyone just like loves to talk to me. I'm not afraid to talk to new people. Not afraid to say, "Hey, what's your name?" Like ask questions.
Yeah.
That's never been hard for me. But there's also a lot of people out there that are like nervous and just can't do that.
Do you have any advice for those people who do move a lot school wise, like trying to like get
Make new
adjusted to
friends.
the new like system? Because that's definitely hard.
Um, I have to say there's nothing to be afraid of, truly. Like, obviously, I can't judge anyone with like social anxiety or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
but there's just at the end of the day, it's like, who cares? So, if you want to talk to that girl and say, "Hey, she looks cute," just do it. What is she? The worst she could possibly say is no, or if the worst comes like, wait, can I cuss on here
Um.
just for?
Not. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to, but I just wanted to make sure, or at least I
Yeah.
don't think I'm going to. But yeah, she's like, yo, you're ugly as hell. Da, 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 da. It's
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah.
well,
That's fair.
damn, that sucks. But I mean, like, it's like who cares? Like in 4 years, 3 years, however long you have high school for, none of those people are at least the non-important ones, not your friends. And like, who cares? You're not gonna see them, so just live life. Like, don't be afraid to say hi to somebody, or don't be afraid to just do anything. Like
Yeah.
I personally don't see the point of living like that, just living in quote unquote fear, because there's so much you can do. Like if you don't live your life like that, if you don't live it in like such a personal bubble, there's no harm in saying no.
Mhm.
Like someone just said the same thing to me recently. They were it was like a family member. He was like trying to like preach, and he was like, you don't get fed if you don't ask. If you do not receive anything if you don't attempt to get it. So the less you try things, the less you're gonna come out.
Mhm.
Or that saying, what is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That is true. If you don't go out and like attempt to get what you want, then you're not gonna get it. Someone in a new school or something could possibly find you weird or find you annoying, but just find the people that don't, that have similar interests,
Mhm.
and stick with them. Don't worry about being the popular kid, quote unquote. I've never like had that problem because just I've like just being a new kid or just going around, people have been like, oh, that's the new kid. So I've like a lot of people just always known who I was in
Yeah.
all the schools I've been to. But to the person who says, oh, like that might be watching this right now and says, oh, I'm not popular, I can't. Just find your friends and stick with them. That's all that really matters. Like at the
Mhm.
end of the day, your people are your people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can definitely take like some of the things that you said, like if you just live this life by like saying no or just not doing anything, like it just doesn't, I guess, work out in the end because like you could have
yeah.
missed all these chances. I definitely feel this way, and I'm still working on it with like vlogging in public, like with an airport
Oh yeah,
vlog I
that I
was
was gonna
trying
ask
to
you about
do.
that. I was
Yeah,
gonna ask you
yeah,
about
for
that.
sure. Go ahead.
Like how, like what is that feeling like? Because I want really want to get into YouTube.
Oh
Like
yeah.
ever since I was a little kid, I just always wanted to like make YouTube content, and I've thought about like kind of vlogging all of these things that happen to me, and just like one day making a video showing it all off. But I just haven't done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like how's that like when you're like in school and you're just with your big ass camera going, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
it's Blue here."
It's definitely so like I think the thing that gets me is that it's a big camera. It attracts a lot of people. I think if it was a tiny little or if it was even my iPhone, it wouldn't be
As big a
bad,
deal.
but like still I'm wanting to use the camera that I bought, so it's not like I'm
Yeah.
gonna so I think that's the main thing. Most of my friends are super. They of course we make jokes about it all the time, but they're super cool with it. They always are like, "Hey, what's up?" to everyone. Um, but it's definitely just a weird feeling because yes, you are doing this around maybe people that you don't even talk to as often. So like they're like, "What the heck is she doing?" But it's just like even like what you said with like positive vibes and like if you don't do it, like you just really have to do it and then just see like the really good outcome that comes out from doing it. You got like a whole amazing vlog of your day.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Like if it was me, like in your position, it's like who cares? Like there might be, let's say the girl that doesn't like you is like, haha, what is she doing? But it's like I'm having a good time at the
Yeah.
moment. I'm having at the end of the day, I get a sick ass YouTube video. My fans like me, my friends are loving it. So who cares what
Yeah,
Ashley
exactly.
from down the hall cares about my fucking vlog? Like, oh,
Mhm. No,
my bad,
you're
sorry.
good. It's whatever. It's
Like,
fine.
yeah, like who cares?
Mhm.
That's just how I've always lived life.
Yeah, and especially with the way that you just go about life, for like everything, like your with your easy adjustments and just saying like positively for or positivity, forget about yesterday if that was a bad day and just keep going. Like I feel like if you were to take this, since you did say you want to go ahead and do lots of more YouTube stuff, that you'd be just like a pro if you just started vlogging in a random place.
I don't know. I feel like, see, it's just those thoughts that are like, if I did that, I'd be so good at it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you just got to try it. I mean, you really just got to go for it one time.
It's not that I don't want to do it at all. I'm scared to do anything, but me personally, like, okay, let's say even with Twitch. So I've had all this. Okay, so this is what happened. This is how I got all this cool stuff that I have right now. So when I first moved here, the last time that I had to move, my dad was fired from a job and he got like a big check, whatever. And I said, "Hey, can I get $1,000 PC? Like by any chance?" So, and he was just like, "Yes, sure." And I was like, "Okay, I've never been in like terrible, obvious, separate from like the quote unquote like homeless things that have happened to me. I've never like throughout my life, I've never had like terrible like situation like new school year, I got a new pair of shoes, things like that. But I've never had the opportunity to get anything like this, like just nothing like a PC or like a things just don't come to me and my family like that.
Hmm.
So when I said, "Hey, can I get $1,000 PC, a second monitor, a camera, an Elgato, a microphone, and all these things, please?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was, I was like, "How? Like, how is this happening?" I was so excited. I still have videos of me in Best Buy going like,
Oh my gosh.
just being an idiot. Yeah. So all of that. So what was I saying with? Yeah. So I got all this, and I've had it for, yeah, since last summer. Not the last summer, but the summer before, like 2 years ago when I moved here. But I didn't really get on the like real grind with
Hmm.
Twitch until a couple months ago because it's not. Well, also there was an aspect as in I didn't want to get up and just stream mediocre content, or I didn't want to just stream myself not in a good mood or not in the best like place. So I
Hmm.
didn't want to just be on the game if I'm already mad and I'm sitting here and I'm playing and I'm like raging and I'm raging because I'm mad with my day already. And now like that's how opinions form and that's how I'm seen. There's no point because yeah, it happens, but it's like why do something if it's not going to be your best? So like even yesterday, I was streaming. I was in a good mood. I said, you know what, I want to stream, and then I'm playing Call of Duty pubs, yeah, because I had no one to play with yesterday, and I was just like, I am not enjoying myself. I'm just not enjoying myself. And I ended my stream early because I was like, there's no, what am I streaming for? If
Hmm.
I'm not enjoying it, why lie to others and why? But that's me. There's someone on Twitch right now with 2 viewers who doesn't even like it but thinks he'll blow up one day. It's about passion to me. So yeah, even if I've had the opportunity to do things, I won't do it. Like with YouTube, like it's like I know if I put my gameplay on YouTube, I take a little bit more time out of my day to edit like my gameplay from Twitch and upload it. I could probably do pretty good on YouTube, but I just don't because I'm lazy and I'm an idiot. So it's really about the start. Like and that's how everything is with life, the start. If
Yeah.
you start and you do it, then like any task or any challenge in life, the start is always the hardest part.
Yeah, I
And
can
like
definitely agree with
once you
that.
do it, it's whatever. Like once you do it, you're like, "Oh, this wasn't so bad," or "I can do
Hmm.
this."
I can
Yeah, so
definitely agree
it's
with
just
the
all about
start.
the
Is
start to
a
me.
very starting is hard. Like
Yes.
anything, it is difficult.
Starting is very hard.
Yes, it's very hard. Um, but moving on, going on with Twitch now, since you did bring it up, how long have you been live streaming for Twitch for? You have 257 followers.
Oh my god. I just like sorry, I thought just came to him. Like one day, like we could look back on this and be like, wow, that was such a low number. Like just potentially. But I started Twitch about last year, but I didn't really put a lot of effort into it. I've been putting like a lot of effort for about 4, 5, 6 months now. Towards the
Hmm.
end of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and ongoing through Modern Warfare, I've like I went from having like an average of like 2 views to as soon as I turn on my stream, I have 10, and there's just people that want to see me succeed every day and people that are rooting for me.
That's awesome. What got you into gaming, first of all?
Hmm. Okay, are we talking about competitively or are we talking about like
Just
gaming?
gaming, because obviously this then builds up to your competitive side, which we'll go ahead and get into right after,
When
probably.
when I was young, like super little, the first console I can remember having was the GameCube.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
me and my older brother had a GameCube, and we would play Super Mario Smash Bros. Man, that was all we did. That was like the best part of the day when you got home and you can whip your older brother in Smash, even though he like let me win most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I remember the
So
GameCubes.
yeah, that's where that spawned from, and then that went on to the Wii. I remember the same year I got a Wii, my brother got an Xbox 360, and I was so jealous because I was like, wow, what's that? And then I watched my older brother play Halo 3 and Tekken, and I was just like, dude, this looks so much fun. And then I got an Xbox like the following year.
So you're a console player.
Oh yeah, I've
Okay,
always
full
been.
console.
I'm terrible at PC. I'm
um,
dog.
so everything then built up from this to now getting this amazing PC setup, and then you've started streaming. When did you say you started streaming?
Like seriously, about a couple months ago.
Seriously, all right. What made you really want to just be serious about it?
Well, I always knew that you could gain like attention from just clicking play. Like I said, going back to what we were talking about at the start. So I've been like on and off about it. And then our fellow Aspire member, Phenom JG, he was like, dude, if you're gonna play, just start the stream. Just start the stream. Because you like there's no point not to. Like I might have to fix my hair up or put on some clothes to like look decent. But besides that, it's like, because why not? You're playing, you're having fun. There are people that could be having fun with you. And then obviously that doesn't apply to everybody else because there's some people that are like, I just want to chill by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But me, like I said earlier, like I'm a people person. I can talk to people. Like I have fun when I'm doing something and I look over to chat and there's someone that I haven't seen in the stream for 2 days come back and say hi to me. Like it's a good feeling.
Mm-hmm. So going along with Twitch, how did you get into esports then with Aspire? Because you were definitely here before I joined.
Well, I'm only a content member for Aspire,
Yes,
but
I'm a content creator too for Aspire.
hey, if they want to send me to an event, I want to be mad at it. Um, I have been playing seriously since I'm trying to think. Okay, Black Ops 3. So, okay, are you familiar with like all the CODs like in order by any chance?
Um, n- Not in order, like some in order, obviously, but
Okay.
I honestly don't know that much about COD, like at all. I
Okay,
really
then
never
I'll,
got into Call of Duty at all growing up.
which is surprising. Well, it's not surprising because I bet Call of Duty isn't the best game to get into. But I'm trying to think in the easiest way I can like put it. So just a couple years ago, let's say freshman year, I'm trying to think Black Ops 3 was out. So Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I got the game for my birthday in June. And I've always been good at video games. Like I always just I've they've always been like easy to me. So I'm getting on, I'm playing pubs. And one day, excuse me, my friend, not my friend, my current friend, but someone random in the game says, "Hey, do you want to be on my competitive team?" And I thought, you know what? Sure, why not? It's summer and I have nothing else to do. Why not? So, and then they introduced me to like competitive and all the things that like you can do. And I said, wow, this is dope. I could win money for playing video games. And like, I've always knew that. Like, I've always followed like the pro scene. Like, I've always been a fan of like Optic Scump and like Optic. We all know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always like paid attention to it, but I never thought like, I could do this. But then I thought like, wow, I could do this because I'm really good and I'm better than a lot of people. So that's when I kind of got into like game battles, and then the next year, dang, I know the next. Okay, oh wow, that's what's crazy. So I never really got to like stick to it because I would move around so much. So the following year was when I moved in with my grandmother that first year, freshman year, is when the next Call of Duty came out, and also that's when they swapped from the year so the year before. I had an Xbox and competitive for Call of Duties on PS4, so there's kind of like no point of what I was doing. So I just grinded things like Overwatch, and I grinded the hell out of Overwatch for a while. Yeah, I didn't really get the chance to play because I had things to worry about. I had to work on myself, I had to work on school. Just it wasn't really the time. And then the following year was Call of Duty World War II, where I moved back home for a little bit, and I'm in a hotel room trying to play competitive, trying to get better, trying to play in tournaments, trying to do all this. Then at the same time, you have someone imagine one bed, another bed right here. Someone's going, "Oh, you're too loud." Did it just in your ear? And you're trying to say, "Oh, to the left, to the left, to the left," and you're kind of like loud, but it's
Yeah.
like so that was always really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, since last year I moved, the end of World War II kind of went away. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 came out, and then towards the end of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is when I just like started. I've always played comp. Like I played comp. I play in tournaments and stuff. So I had all of Black Ops 4. But there was also the time where Fortnite was
Yep,
like,
Fortnite blew up.
oh my
Oh,
god,
that time,
I
that
was so good at Fortnite. Oh, I loved Fortnite.
I think for most people, it kind of like definitely kind of just I wouldn't say like this is a but like brainwashed or just like took away everyone's main game to go play this.
Yeah, it
Like
took
I want to say
gaming by.
brainwashed, but like I don't know if that would be the right or I don't know something like that. But it definitely took away everyone's main game for a pretty long time to see if
Oh
they
yeah.
really enjoyed it. Because I could say that for myself. I definitely went through a full
Oh
Fortnite
yeah.
phase.
Oh yeah, and I loved Fortnite. I was a top 10,000 player on Fortnite tracker in the world. Like I loved Fortnite.
Do you still play it?
So no, because obviously I have Call of Duty to focus on. I don't really have time, and also Chapter 2 is like really boring. But we can talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
So Fortnite took over with me personally. I played like wagers and just like in tournaments in Fortnite, which took away from my Call of Duty. And then towards the end, I started posting like clips on Twitter. I started playing League Play, like I grinded League Play, and just like people in the community just knew my name. Like people just like you ever play something, and then you say, I think I've seen that player before. Like
Yep.
that's like what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like people would see like my Twitter clips, and they like get like 1,000 views, and they go. So people just started knowing who I was, and that's kind of like how I got to where I am now. By just by playing the game, just being good, and just doing what I got to do.
Yeah.
And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where we're here now.
How are you liking
Yeah,
it? Because I
it
honestly, you could go ahead and explain this to me because I don't know what the heck the difference are between CODs, like
well,
at
well, each
all.
Call of Duty is different. Well,
Like
okay,
obviously
well,
they probably are, but I have no idea. Like, is there really good differences that would you say like I recommend if you to some I guess me if I've never played COD, which one would I get
oh, if we
or
can
like
go off
something like
like
that? Because again, I have
previous Call of Duty.
no idea like
Okay,
crap about COD.
um, if I was to suggest a game, I would suggest my favorite is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Like they have jetpacks and you can like fly and you can walk on walls. So there's definitely differences. Like there was 3 Call of Duties in a row that had jetpacks. It was Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare, which was straight trash. But yeah, so those were definitely big differences from men running on the ground to being able to like jump pack and walk on walls and stuff. So, but the biggest difference between let's say last year and this year was this year is really realistic. Like you get shot twice, you're pretty much dead. Like there's a big difference. If that's the easiest way to explain it, in my opinion. Going off the last Call of Duty,
Do they upgrade things ever, like maps or like weapons or anything like that?
that's the thing with Call of Duty where like people like to make fun of. It's like it's the same game every year, different maps.
And then they
But
still
wait,
call it because it's Call of Duty blank, Call of
yeah, they
Duty
have different
Black
series.
Ops or what are the differences of those?
Well, okay, so Call of Duty has 3 studios that work in, well, technically 2 now that work in like each year. Like, so let's say a Call of Duty Black Ops will come out by not Activision, but Treyarch
Yeah.
is the company that makes these. Then the next Call of Duty will be made by Infinity Ward, which is the Modern Warfare series or whatever. But they go like year by year by year, so they have like 2 years to work on a game, and the next one will come out. So that's just how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's different series, but it goes under Call of Duty because they're making the same game. They've had the same engine to work
Got
with,
it. Okay.
so they just make their own game off like certain standards. And then Activision is like what owns those two companies, and they're pretty much like, hey, make this game and put it out. So that's how that works.
Gotcha. All right. That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Um, so what made you really stick with COD, and what also got you into Call of Duty?
Well, I've always played Call of Duty like since I was a kid. Like back on Xbox 360, I'd play Call of Duty.
So it was just like the game that you really did enjoy and played the
Yeah,
most. All right. I didn't know if
yeah, it was
someone like
definitely
told you about it or whatever.
yeah, no, it was definitely a thing I've always played. But like I said, back in like eighth grade freshman year, I was playing Call of Duty, and I said, "Wow, I'm really good at this. There's something I could do with it." And that's just how that's pretty much all started, and why my like addiction has just led to where I am.
Mm-hmm. So you've also mentioned Fortnite and something else. What obviously it did sound like you were really good at it. Why not go with that while that's probably the top grossing game at the moment, but then you went back to COD?
Because I felt like, well, Fortnite at the time didn't really have a pro scene. I could have played in like tournaments and stuff and just attempted to win money, but I don't know. It's just being a Call of Duty professional player has just been like a dream of mine. Like
Mm-hmm.
being on stage and playing in front of people, that's just always something. And I don't know. Like right now, I'm like battling with: do I still want to do it? Do I want to like for this year at least? I still want to play, but so this year or this month actually, I had an event I was gonna go and compete at,
A LAN
which
event?
yeah, in Atlanta, so which isn't too far from me. But like my team kind of split up, and I was like, "There's no point in finding new people and just trying to go. Like it's too late now. There's like 2 weeks until the event happens, so there was just no point." And so I'm kind of like, should I just get a job, save up money, or should I just like keep sticking this out for the rest of the year? But I don't know. But that's just where I am at
Mm-hmm.
now.
So definitely just going time. COD, do you play any other games?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like Fortnite, I loved Fortnite. I was like it was super fun. Like if I dropped less than 10 kills in a game, I felt like I did terrible. Like it was just like it's like when your friends you'd play with in school, you'd be like, oh, so bad. Oh, I dropped like 2 kills. That was dope. Then they're like, oh, look at the route. Look at Prince. He just dropped 15. What the? I'm like, well, that was easy. It just came so easy to me. I loved Fortnite. And then, but
Were
like I
you
said,
taking
just Call
that
of
really
Duty is.
competitively? Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no, you're fine. Kinda not. Like I would get on and just dominate like public matches, but playing competitively was just like it was kind of like an afterthought because like I said there wasn't really a scene at the time.
Yeah.
It was just like tournaments and wagers you could play in. And I like I said I've just Call of Duty has just always been the dream. So maybe subconsciously I was like this is fun and all, but I can't play it cuz I have Call of Duty to worry about. So that's probably a big thing that's happened.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
has Aspire impacted your gaming?
Aspire's been cool.
And
It's
streaming,
not
since you do both.
it hasn't really impacted anything, and I'm not saying that to be negative. It just hasn't like obviously it's cool to say I'm under an organization that's like known, but besides like truly like if we're being like really honest about it,
Yeah.
it's about the streamer or the content creator ourselves. We have to work for ourselves. I can't just say, hey, can somebody retweet this for me, and then I get 100 viewers on my stream. It's just not how it works. So it's given me a chance to meet people and meet like-minded individuals that like have a same like passion as me, and it's given me the opportunity to meet good friends and stuff. But besides that, it hasn't been anything super like crazy yet. But all of us together, we're working on something,
Yeah.
and we want to make it big together. So
Yeah. So I see that your point with joining an esports group isn't just for the clout or like wanting
Oh,
everything,
definitely
because
not.
like I definitely see that with people. I used to be a CEO of a really small organization, and many DMs I would get was just
Yeah.
like for the clout or just wanting to get out there.
Yeah. See, even before I joined, so there was a okay, so last year there was a tweet that went up that said, hey, we're looking for new streamers, da 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 da. We're looking for really big streamers and we're looking for smaller streamers. And I said, I'm not the biggest right now, so hey, let me try and get to the small streamers. And then, like I said, our friend Phenom JG was like tagged me in the tweet and was like, do it, because he's been inspired for the longest. So he was like, hey, dude, like try it. So I said, all right, screw it. So the tweet went by for a while, and nothing really happened. I said, okay. They tweeted out with new members, and I was just like, okay, I guess I didn't make the cut. That's fine. And then I thought, you know what? If I just stick to it, if I just keep grinding, then I'll probably make it one day, which did happen. But I had grinding for at Aspire Esport in my Twitter bio for a while. Not like there was at a point like towards the end I was like, nah, I'm taking this. I'm gonna take this out of my bio. It's been too long. If they don't want me, they don't want me. But like right when I started having those thoughts is when they like picked me up.
That's
So
awesome.
it was like, dang, I forget what point I was attempting to make. Oh yeah, oh, okay, I remember. So there was teams that would DM me to say, "Hey, do you want to join?" Because like I said, everyone knew me from Call of Duty Black Ops 4, so I was kind of like a name, I guess you can say. I'm not trying to say like I was the biggest, but people definitely knew who I was. So people were like, "Hey, do you want to join our team? Do you want to do this? Do you want to da da da?" And I'd say, "Sounds really cool, but no, thank you. I'm kind of grinding for this team already." And I thought it would be so pointless to just do it for, because I'm not doing it for numbers. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm just doing it for to build an honest community and people who fuck with me and people who want to see me winning just genuinely. So I waited and it happened.
That's great to hear. And I'm glad that it's definitely not for the clout, because I feel most smaller people definitely have that in their mind and just wanting to get bigger.
Yeah. So I'd rather I say this all my stream and ask me. I'd rather have 1,000 people in my stream that are each talking in chat than 1,000,000 people that are watching my
Oh,
stream
I
but nobody
definitely
is
would say
talking.
that as well. I
It
definitely would
just it
have
just
that as
doesn't make
well.
you
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's cool, that's a nice flex, you do numbers, but like at the end of the day, people who really mess with you and really just want to see you win, it's just not there. So
Mm-hmm.
I just never cared about that.
Oh yeah, I would definitely have like 10 viewers who are all talking than 100 and no one
Yeah,
talking or anything
I've
like that.
just always preferred that.
Mm-hmm. So carrying this on with, so you said that it's just Call of Duty that you're playing, not any other games.
Yeah, at the moment.
And then where do you want to take Call of Duty?
Oh, just to a professional level, and I want to compete, and I just want to get my name out there and be
Mm-hmm.
on that stage, and just want people to notice me.
Have you done any LAN tournaments recently or any tournaments?
Not yet, in which is like the debate I was having this year with, because obviously like with all those things that have happened to me, I didn't have the opportunity to go to these events or do anything like that. And this year was my first year where I've been left alone. I've had time to grind, and my one opportunity that I had going to a LAN in Atlanta, it kind of just it didn't work out how I thought it was going to. So I've kind of been debating with myself the past few days if do I want to just try again next year and just work on like play tournaments and get money, or do I want to keep trying, because they switched up the system how it works. They have this new thing called Path to Pro where you go and compete at the events and you earn like, let's say like game battles points, GB points, and those help you get noticed and help you like do become pro. But it's like there's a lot of people that have already been together for the past 4 months who are just, so it's kind of like, do I have the chance to go and do that? Because I'm confident in my own individuals, but it is mentally taxing to find four others who are actually good at a video game and like want to learn and won't bicker and argue. It's just
Yeah.
it's so much. So
So,
I've
are
just
you looking to build a team, or are you more of a solo? I don't know if there's solo tournaments for COD, but
There is.
Okay, but
Yeah, I've
okay.
definitely just like wanted to like find others and just compete within like the Call of Duty like league. I could obviously just find like three other people that are good at a game mode and then play tournaments in that one game mode online. But it's different from, excuse me, from being in the spotlight and being on main stage with the actual Call of Duty league and competing with other pros. So that's just what I've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Again, with more of the content creation side, you already have your Twitch going, and I know you mentioned this. We were talking about vlogging earlier, but do you want to do YouTube and build off of your Twitch and keep going with this content creation, or I guess on the other hand, you can also pursue the competitiveness more.
Yeah, I've definitely, like I said, I've always wanted to do YouTube videos, but like I said, it's just been about that start and doing it. Like it's just, I don't know. I'm an idiot, honestly. Like I can say I want to do a lot of things, but like actually going and doing it is the hardest part, the most annoying part. So yeah, I've honestly wanted to do YouTube over Twitch, but if I'm being like genuinely honest, Twitch is a lot easier. I can press a button, go live. I changed my stream title, and people come in and we just chill and we vibe out. But we either have to film a vlog and then go home and edit it, or you have to edit your gameplay how you like, say for either like funny moments or like a full like a one match and then upload it. So I don't know. I just, like I said, I just never, I'm not putting in the effort that I should be doing. Like people
Mm-hmm.
tell me like, dude, like do YouTube. I just haven't put in the effort. And if you put the effort in, then you'll see the outcome you want. I just haven't done that for myself. And that's just me being honest.
Mm-hmm. Do you see yourself like really like maybe one like if you're bored ever, would you just say like, oh, let's just do it. I'm gonna go ahead and create my first YouTube channel and let's just do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I know I'm going to. I'm like I keep, well, I don't know, maybe this is me telling myself, I'm gonna do it, but like I genuinely think I am gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. You definitely should. It's fun.
Oh, I can definitely see why, like vlogging and just like, seeing like comments. Like I remember I was watching one of your vlogs. Like this might sound weird, but I was just like I was going to get a haircut, and then you texted the group chat and you're like, hey, new video, and I was like, screw it. I was just sitting there waiting to get my haircut, and I was scrolling through the comments and just seeing like people that like just like support you. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what made you want to do live streaming than content creation in the beginning?
Like I said, it was just easier. It's an easier
Yeah.
thing to click live and just do that. So that's just where I've been at.
Mm-hmm. Um.
But it definitely spawned from passion. I don't want to make myself sound lazy. It definitely like
Yeah.
was from, I want people to like come watch me. I want, it's not like I said, if I was doing things for cloud, there's many different things I could have done in my life. Like I said, I don't want to stream mediocre content, or I don't want to do it when I'm like having a bad day. So it's not the fact that I just like click live, let's just do this. It's just been that is easier than doing YouTube in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any big inspirations to start you, or just like look up to this one person?
I mean, I don't know. I feel, well. That's a. I'm gonna give a really broad answer because I think this question just like deserves a broad answer. Like, and just everyone who like picks up a controller or picks up a camera and is successful in doing what they want to do. That's what inspired me. People that like go out and do what they want to do, and they've built success off doing what they want to do. But besides that, there hasn't really been anyone that's like, wow, I love this YouTuber. I want to be like him one day. That's just never happened.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just people who think like that and people who do what they love are who inspire me.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like your full schedule laid out? Are you like really taking your content creation seriously with scheduling and like planning, or is it just like when you get home you're live, or is it just like whenever you really feel like it, or what might stop you, or do you just keep doing it no matter what? Sorry, that was a lot put at you.
No, it's not. No, that's definitely a good question. But like that's how it was every day. I would get home, I would eat, I would chill for a little bit, and then around like 5 o'clock, I would turn my stream on. and then I would practice with my team and we scrim, do whatever. But that was going on for like a month, how many months. But I took a week break, which honestly sucked. I shouldn't have done it, but I kind of like I said, I don't want to do anything that I not genuinely excited to do. So last week I took a week break, so no streams for I think it was actually like 10 days that I didn't stream, and that was just because I didn't want to stream anything mediocre. And wait, what? Like, hang on. Say the question again. I forgot what I was driving at.
Um, was do you? I guess you can also answer this in the past or if anything has changed now currently, but
Oh, I remember your
about
question
your
now. Sorry.
scheduling and then also, do you stream because you like? I guess. Hold on, let me rephrase this.
Yeah, I remember your
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so I would do it every day from like 5 to like 11:30 every single day. But that because that was fun. I was competing. I was having fun practicing. But now, right now, at this very moment, I'm kind of in a slump where I don't have a team anymore. I don't have that. Like I don't have competitive to stream. So it's like yeah, I can stream. I can do it. Like I can get home. I can click live and I can just go. But will I be happy with it? Will the people watching me be happy with it? So I don't know. I'm kind of right now. I'm at a which is bad. But I don't. I just got to figure things out for myself at the moment.
Mhm. Yeah, and that will definitely just come over time, just by doing it and doing it. So.
Yeah.
Mhm. So you're currently like kind of building the schedule around your streaming.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find myself in my position that I'm at, which is a struggle, but I'll get out of it. I'm in a slump at the moment.
Got it. Um, this is just some other questions because I don't know. I like talking tech. If you want to like share your peripherals or like what is the perfect peripherals for you for gaming?
Okay. Wait, oh sorry, was that the question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, what do you mean?
Like mouse, keyboard, or like what makes
Oh,
you?
like just
Yeah.
like what do I use?
Mhm.
Honestly, like I said, when I got that opportunity, I got the coolest thing. I have a Razer keyboard, a Razer mouse. Um, yeah, I pretty much just bought things that hey, YouTubers use that. That's cool. So yeah, I don't really PC game. I use Asus monitors, which is like really good for competing on console
Mhm.
because consoles can only hold up to like a certain amount of hertz. So there's no point to get like a $500 monitor for
Yeah.
PCs. So I just bought what I needed. I bought nice little mic. I bought my Elgato. I just got necessities if them, but I got a pretty nice camera. I mean, now I got a Logitech camera. I just got what I needed. Like
Mhm.
my whole setup, like how you can see my mic in my PC. My desk is literally that was terrible. Like I would literally want to show like my desk is like this bit like it's not big at all. I have everything crunched up because I'm in like a guest room and so like yeah, I didn't have anything. I just got what I needed and what I had to work with.
Mhm.
So for anyone that's like starting and they're like what do I need? Just like get what you think you need. Like at the moment you can always build off what you have.
Yeah, for sure. So we're almost at an hour. I didn't know if you had any questions for me or anything like
Man,
that.
I think the only thing I wanted to ask you about was like really the vlogging stuff, but I think we talked about that. Okay, I do have a question. Do you get like nervous like when you do it?
Nervous while vlogging?
Yeah, or just like
Oh,
how
all the time.
like
I think that's just who I am, but like I always know that you really just have to do it. Like I've learned now with so many different vlogging opportunities, I guess you could say like doing it at school, doing a travel vlog, just recording like even like small little Instagram stories. Like you really just got to do it even though you would look really I don't know, like crazy people like are looking at you like
yeah.
you have this and again, it's like you have this big camera. I think it just attracts the attention. I think if I were to have something different, like a smaller camera, it would be a lot better because people wouldn't really know what I'm doing, but still you're just talking to a camera, so it is a little different. I do get nervous, but you really just have to do it.
Yeah, like if I was just to just like ask you, it's like
Mhm.
why care what
Yeah.
other people are gonna think? Like as long as obviously you should care about what others' opinions are about you in a negative, like about your person. If that, I don't know how to word this correctly. Like if people think you're an asshole, like if a lot of people think that, you should probably fix your personality because you're
Yeah.
probably an asshole. And like if people wonder like why don't people like me? That's probably why.
Mhm.
But like if you are a genuine person and you just want to do what you love, like who cares what like
Exactly.
so they're like let's throw anime out there as a like a topic. Like people like there's some people that say like, oh, I'm scared to say I watch anime. I watch anime and I love it. And some people are like, "Oh, you watch anime?" And it's like, "Yeah, I do." But like who cares? Because it's like, "Yeah, I do. You should watch it too because it's dope. You should try things too. It's dope." Like there's just like teaching others or just like being passionate about something. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I think it's also just me as a person. Like if I'm vlogging and I just out of the corner of my eye see like someone just like looking at me, I'm like, oh, hi. Like you're just like staring at me while I'm trying to do
Yeah.
this. So yeah, of course, like it is a little bit nerve wracking. But I think once you do it a lot of times, I'm not really a professional. I haven't like done it so many times. It's not the main thing. But I think if you just keep on doing it, you're gonna get comfortable with it.
Yeah, like everyone's different. I couldn't just be like, hey, stop being nervous. Like just do it. Just go like because everyone's different. Not everyone's like me that they just don't like care for people's opinions. So I can't say that. And if I was nervous about something, which doesn't happen often, like you can say, oh, like wait, why are you being a pussy about it? Like it's just you can't. People are different. Everyone's their own
Mm-hmm.
person. So yeah, but I don't know. Like if it was just like for me to you, it's like just go out there and do it and have fun. But obviously that is what you're doing, so that's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, is there anything else you want to go ahead and ask or just say anything? Any last topics?
Um, no, I think that's it for me. I hope I gave you some good content for everyone to
Yeah,
listen
no,
to and
we're
enjoy.
at 59 or 58 minutes right now.
Wow,
So, we
that would
have,
actually went by
yeah,
fast.
no, it goes by really fast. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for episode 7 of the Tide Pool podcast. I will leave all of Prince's links, such as Twitter and his Twitch, in the description down below. Please go ahead, check him out, give him a follow, and don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to the Tide Pool podcast. And we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Peace.